What's happening? Good morning, everybody. A weird, rare, selling past the expiration date, being thrifty over 50 on a Saturday morning, 9 a.m. here on the West Coast, noon in the East Coast. Good morning. I'm your one host, Jay.
I'm Peg. Hi, everybody, and thanks for getting up so early, Jay. Mommy's got to have her tiki fix later today, so, you know, got to do it.
I'm got to get out of here so she can get to a tiki party in Pittsburgh, of all places.
Yes, can you imagine? So we're driving 2 hours just to go buy tiki mugs. You know?
That is true dedication to the tiki lifestyle. Heck yeah.
It is. We're teaming up with Julie and Chris Brown there. So, yeah, we texted each other. Whoever gets in line first saves, you know, the line for the next person. So hopefully we'll be teaming up together and have a good time tonight.
Oh, you guys aren't driving together?
No, because where they live, it's, you know, they're a lot closer than we are. So
where do they live?
Oh, they're down in Talmadge near Akron. So
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if they're in the chat, I don't know, but you know, we'll be seeing them soon. So I've gone from my Easter Bunny ears to my Hawaiian stuff in a little while.
You guys should have. Geez, I wasn't even thinking about this. You should have made an appointment to go to Retro on 8th. I don't think they're normally open.
Well, we can leave as soon as the show's over. I might be able to squeak in there.
Pittsburgh. Retro on 8th is one of the coolest vintage shops I've ever shopped at in the country.
Okay.
And filmed there for Thrift Hunters.
Okay.
And last time I was in town, that's where I picked up my first Big E Levi jean jacket. All right, so let's see here.
I wonder if they're open the day before Easter. Maybe. If they are, we'll get the hell out of here as soon as we're done. In fact, bye, I'm out. No.
Well, I got their phone number, so remind me, as soon as we get done with the show, I will call them and see if they're around. It's owned by two great girls, Haley and Jennifer.
Okay.
They were super sweet when we were filming the show. That is where I found the two small bottles of Nassau Royale, the Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
And just off camera, the two owners were just, you know, watching and listening to us talk, and they were like, "Man, we learned so much today." Just you know, they were like the only people that owned a business that we filmed that actually paid attention to what we were doing. Everyone else was just like, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
But it's funny, they were actually watching, they were actually following us and taking notes. So it's pretty neat.
Well, that is nice because I'm sure they learned. And just think how much more knowledge you have now, Jason. That's
yeah, I know.
Amazing, honey. Since that time. So we got a lot to talk about today.
There we go. Locations and hours.
Okay.
Saturday, 1 to 5. You should go right there.
All right, we will. So this show has got to end.
All right. So let's get to it. Yeah, so it's not, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, if you've not been to Retro on 8th, their only hours are 6 to 9 on Friday and 1 to 5 on Saturday, but you can go in at an appointment time. They do sell a lot online. Okay. They have a full long store. The back of the store is the cool clothes and all the 70s toys and stuff. And
all right.
Great store.
I have to tell Dad to shower earlier. Get ready.
Hustle, Dad. Hustle. We got to go.
So,
all right, so today we are talking about.
We got our stuff. I got my shit on. Oh, excuse me. Oops. But yeah. What? No. Like you wear during your show.
I haven't had to dig this out in a while, man.
No, that's not. No, because I know it comes out of your mouth during your shows. But we have a lot of stuff to cover today, you guys, and hopefully a lot of good information. If you have any questions out there, start putting them in the chat. Is Debbie going to keep track of questions, or do you want Mom to kind of keep track?
Debbie's in there. She'll pop more in there.
All right. So if you guys have those questions, that of what we might not be covering, please throw them in the chat, and we'll be glad to answer anything we can for you. I'm so excited. I wish it was July already. I don't want to rush it, but I've got such a full schedule this summer. Mom's got a lot of traveling coming up. Lots. Busy.
All right, so what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about eBay Open. Just got announced this week. If you haven't signed up already, get signed up. It will sell out, and a big chunk of it will be members of the thrifting board in the Secret Beach, because we have we have come together as a great community, and we have a lot of fun at eBay Open. I got tons of pictures to show you. We're going to talk about eBay Open. But here's what's weird. So this is the constant graphic we have for our show. And so yesterday I Googled eBay Open, yesterday, 2018, to see if there was a specific graphic for eBay Open 2018. So when I Google it and I hop over to images, because that's what I needed was an image. When I scroll, see right here, it says eBay Open 2018. Don't miss it, July 24th to 27th. And there's a picture of my mother and I. And for some weird brief second, I'm like, did I make a graphic and forget about it in the last 24 hours?
There we are, right there in the middle, for goodness gracious sakes.
So when I click on it, it's actually a video a guy made of in January about eBay Open 2018 and why you should go. And he likes the thrifting board, and he used me and my mom's picture as his opening graphic. So I am very honored and touched.
Yeah, sure. And if we see him at Open, I would like to thank him in person.
Well, his online YouTube name is The Review. So I'm not exactly sure who he is, but I'll find out.
Okay. All right. Well, that was very nice. I mean, can you imagine that you found that graphic?
I know. It's just so weird. I was just like, did I do graphics? I don't remember doing graphics.
Right.
But I do a lot of stuff. Sometimes I forget what I've done.
Oh, I know. Life goes on in your world. That's for sure.
All right. So if you just go to ebayopen.com, that's where you'll get all the content and information you want to know. I'm just going to scroll through this real quick here.
Yeah. They can see it.
Yeah. So for those of you who've come in the past, they have switched to Mandalay Bay this year. Cheaper hotel room, I do believe, from the year before. But do not forget, the thing that no one ever tells you is there is a resort fee at every major hotel on the Strip, and a lot of major hotels around the country is their way of cushioning their bottom line and saying, hey, you're paying for the pool and everything else around the resort. So it's a bummer, but, you know, nothing you can do about it. The cost is $275. It went up $25 from last year, and worth every penny and a lot more. And we will talk about that in a second.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's move over to why attend. Making meaningful connections. Yep. Heck yeah. That's a big part of it is meeting all your friends from online you've never met before. You only know them as the avatar of their dog wearing bunny ears. And now you can actually put a face with the doggy avatar of your friend.
That was Mommy's big plus last year. I mean, because, you know, since you and I had started the show, then I got to see so many names, but to actually meet so many of these wonderful people in person, I loved it. Mom was just in heaven because that was great.
And here's the real reason to attend. Cheryl Hinton says, attend to meet her.
That's right. I like it, Cheryl. You go, girl.
They want you to spark inspiration, innovate for success. And they're using the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. So we're using a bigger venue. The nice thing about the convention center for those of us that live here, and or if you're going to stay at a different hotel and you have a car, the convention center has its own parking garage. So it'll cost you money, but because Mandalay Bay is at the end of the Strip, it's the last property,
right.
You can get in and off of it out of Russell Road, right off the 15, and you don't have to deal with nuttiness. So that's the good part of it. You come down to 15, you get off of Russell, and Mandalay Bay is right on the corner. And the from that area, the convention center is the first thing you hit. And there's a parking garage, and it will be easy peasy to get in and out of if you are driving in and out. So, so keep that in mind. And then they have the agenda here. It is not much, but July 24th is the opening day. And registration's in the morning, and then the general session starts at 1. There'll be a little break, and then a second general session, and then the welcome reception. And someone asked us Saturday, Mom, if the cocktails are free. Well, not 24/7, but at this welcome reception is usually sponsored by United States Post Office or one of the big sponsors for eBay, and they'll be sponsoring the cocktails that night.
Right. So those, well, what would they give us? 2 tickets per person last year? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I that part I don't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was it or if it was just totally an open bar. I can't.
Oh, open bar.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was.
And then the second day, here it is. They serve us breakfast. We got workshops, general session, lunch, workshops, general session, another networking reception that will be sponsored by another one of the big vendors for eBay, and that means more cocktails.
Right.
And then Thursday, July 26th is the last day. They're not doing a Friday morning this time. You know, same generic setup, but the closing party, and we'll talk about the closing party in a minute, because the closing party itself is worth the price of admission for the whole event.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you go and get your registration stuff and pick up, you will get a goodie bag. Do you want me to go into that now, honey, or not?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So basically, you guys, you get your swag bag. You know, we all got these last year, your eBay open bag. And, you know, what Jason just showed you will be in this booklet. Okay. So you'll have your agenda in here. See, this is all mine. I circled from last year. And then you can pick and choose, you know, the seminars that you want to attend. And they do repeat. So don't panic. You know, if you don't get to them all on the first day, they will repeat again on the second day. So, you know, don't panic about that. And in there, they give you, they do give you, you know, little notebooks, you know, to take notes and so forth in that regard. This was fun. Can you see mine? I haven't even worn mine yet. I mean, I have a few extra pair, but they do give you, they did give some eBay open socks. So I snatched a couple of different colors for that. You'll get your lanyard right here with your name on it and all your ID business. The pin collecting, do you want to talk about that now or later?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, well, those of you who got into the pin collecting, this was crazy last year. Everybody was going around collecting their pins and tacking them on their lanyards, and there's different ones for different things. You know, some personal people have their own pins. Hint, hint, Jason, we might need to do something. And it's also a collector of pins. And then I highly recommend you bring your business cards. Do not forget them if you have them. It's nice to trade off and have people, you know, I just got mine made up by Nadine. So I'm all ready to go with my brand new cards. I'm excited. Woohoo. So you've got that. And what else was in our goodie bag besides socks? Oh, all kinds of stuff, you guys. I mean, magnets and lip balm and, you know, things from the different people that are sponsoring, you know, with eBay, you know, books. So lots of goodies. Oh, and your t-shirt. And talking about the t-shirt, if you get a size in your bag that isn't your correct size, there is a table. They will have it set up somewhere where you can go and exchange your size. So don't panic. You know, if that size that you got is not the correct size for you, you will have a problem to get yours as well. So there's your goodie bag when you get there.
Yeah, Cheryl said the socks are at the Brooklyn Bowl, not in your bag initially.
Oh.
You put them in your bag.
Oh, I must have. Okay. Thanks, Cheryl.
Because you said a can of Diet Coke in your bag doesn't mean it came in with the bag.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, so let's go over some pictures from the last 2 years. I got a bunch of pictures prepped. Here I am on stage with Griff 2 years ago at eBay Open. And here is our crew 2 years ago. Now, we will have the Thrifting Board shirt again this year. I'll have a brand new one designed very soon. But we had a pretty decent sized group, and you will see how much it changes by the time we get to last year's.
Yeah.
And I was looking for important pictures. Oops, that one. And I kept finding pictures of the snacks they give us all day long. So this is one day. This is another day. Last year, I was involved in about 5 or 6 events, and I was hustling between one part of the event to the other part of the event. And they just rolled the table of snacks out, and that's one thing. They will feed you all day long as part of the $275. So there was these sweet treats. I don't know what they were, but I just grabbed like 2 of them, and I'm hustling. I popped one in my mouth, and it stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, what is this gloriousness I'm eating right now? I couldn't figure out what it was, but man, it was yummy. So I get where I had to go, did what I had to do, turned around, came back, and I'm like, someone was standing at the table eating one. I go, hey, what the heck are these? And they're like, oh, they're deep fried Oreos. And I had never had a deep fried Oreo before. And I was like, wow. So yeah, I had like 5.
Yeah, I know.
They're amazing. So yeah, they never skimp when it comes to the treats that they have.
Well, the treats and the food is, I think it's outstanding. Now, I know we're at a new venue, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be just as good, if not better, because, you know, it was very good, you guys. The food's really good.
So one little note of, you know, be prepared. This was the temperature 2 years ago on the night we went to the big party. And we'll talk about the big party in a quick second here. but that was a temperature 2 years ago. And, you know, that's about the norm for summertime. The norm's actually in the 105, 106 area. As you can see, this was the 10-day forecast down below. So that Thursday and Friday, of course, were the two hottest days that year or that summer. And it was crazy.
It is crazy, but we're indoors a lot, of course, and you know, it gets chilly, you guys. So you with all the air conditioning. So you know, if we're not wearing our shirts, I would recommend wearing something with sleeves because it does get chilly.
So all day long, the 2 days, the you know, the general sessions are when all the execs get on stage. It's kind of like, you know, if you're an Apple fan and you watch Tim Cook do his, you know, twice yearly events for the new iPhones, the new iPads, the new computers. It's akin to that. They'll be up there and they'll be talking about where eBay is, where it's going. It'll be the CEO, be the vice presidents, be a whole lot of the heads of the different departments, kind of letting you know where it's going. And then the classes and, excuse me, and the other things will be some actual live sellers like myself, some actual live buyers, a lot of eBay employees. And then there's a general area where, and I'll show you a picture of what it looked like from this past year, but in this general area will be the food and snacks, and then all these booths from all the sponsors and stuff, and just thousands of eBay employees.
Right.
So you can have full store reviews. You got any issues with shipping, you can go right to the shipping team. You got any issues with returns, you can go to the returns team. And there's so many employees that take advantage of it. The whole point of coming is you have this direct access. And it's that rare company where it is quite likely that you can be just shooting the breeze with the CEO or vice president because they're all there. Now, Devin, the CEO, is busier than most. And so he's not, you know, he's not just hanging out at the bar in the lobby, but most of the vice presidents are, and you can have direct access to all of them. And then that ends with their big bash, which they throw at the Brooklyn Bowl. Now, the Brooklyn Bowl is this kick-ass concert venue in Vegas.
Yeah, it's great.
It is 40 lanes of bowling, 2 floors, restaurant, food. I mean, restaurant, bars. So you get food, you get booze, and then they have a major act play a full concert for us. Oh, there's dancing on tables while you're bowling.
Yep.
And in case you didn't bring socks, that's where Mom picked up the eBay socks. So this was 2 years ago. And this is Brian Burke. He is the head of the eBay community. I forget his official title, but he's the one that kind of puts a lot of this stuff together. So he was just hanging out at the Brooklyn Bowl when we were shooting the breeze. That year, the Fray played for us. So all these people you see, eBay has rented out the whole venue. This is all the eBay sellers that attended the event.
Right.
And, you know, because it's a private event and you're not having the normal yahoos, there's not like the big barriers between you and the stage and, like, you know, 20 security guys. It's just you're straight up to the stage. And if you can see down to the right and the left, there's tables on the right and the left there. They're empty in this picture, but that's where the food was all lined up. There'll be waiters and waitresses walking around with trays of food. The bars are open, and you can be upstairs, you can be downstairs, you can be bowling, you can be watching the concert. So it's pretty impressive party, and they upped it last year with, I think, a better band, which we'll get to that in a second. And then they do a lot of fun stuff, like you can get your eBay tattoo to go as you were leaving the venue. This was 2 years ago that night. So most people were putting it on their bodies in someplace fun. I, of course, had to have my knuckles done because my bodies are already covered in tattoos. So
that was fun.
And then that year, in the last 2 years, they had a Friday morning little get together, and they had mimosas waiting for us. So the partying never really ends. So you're there Friday morning at 8 a.m. and mimosas are ready to go. Now they cut out Friday this year. A lot of people didn't attend, and so I always thought I'm surprised they do Friday, but they did cut it out this year. But that's okay because I got something big planned for that Friday. And then before we jump to last year's, I got to go grab a prop, Mom. So talk for a second about.
Like I say, at the party, you guys, there's just so much to do. I mean, they had all these different vendors doing things from, you know, telling your fortune to, you know, getting your caricatures made. There's mine. which was fun. And I went and got that done right away. And there's Jason and Stacy last year because the year before the line was so long and it took quite a while to get through. So if you want to do the caricature, I highly recommend you go there first. And they had vapors and they had, like I said, Jason, the tattoos. I mean, just on and on and on. There's just so much for you to do there that you will enjoy it. And I'm real excited to wait and see, you know, who our act will be that will be performing for us. So they haven't let the cat out of the bag on that one yet. So we'll have to wait and see. I highly recommend good, comfortable walking shoes, you guys. There's a lot of walking in Vegas, especially if you are coming in to do some other days in Vegas, and we're at Mandalay Bay. You're pretty far away from the main action. So if you're going to go down into the heart of the strip, you know, and walk it, wear your tennies. I mean, you got to have comfortable, you know, walking shoes. The other thing I highly recommend, if you're also going to take in any Vegas shows, just go online, check it all out. There's a lot of great stuff to go and see. You know, they're there. Don't forget, if you are going to go to any shows, there's the half price ticket booths. Jason, they're kind of scattered throughout. I know you have to go there the day of to get these tickets. So, you know, if you want to do that, there's that. And there's, you know, Backstreet Boys are there, Blue Man Group, Boys to Men. I mean, you know, the list goes on and on and on for entertainment. So.
And feel free to reach out to me if you're trying to decide on a show and you've got a couple in mind. I've been to almost every major production.
Yeah. Don't go see Chris Angel.
No, I'll tell you that right now. But yeah. I can definitely help you, you know, with those decisions. So someone was asking about how far the convention center is from the hotel. And, you know, that's the one, you know, little issue with Vegas. Everything is huge. All right. So here's an aerial photo of where we're going to be.
Uh-huh.
Right above the word Google, right down here.
Okay.
This is the parking garage for the convention center. And then back here is the convention center. Now it all connects. So as you're cruising through here, they have the big aquarium, Shark Reef, which is very nice. I recommend going to Shark Reef. And then you keep on trucking through here, and then you're kind of into the casino and stuff. And then this is the hotel. So it is all connected. Mm-hmm. It is a bit of a walk, yep. But so is anything in Vegas. So just keep that in mind. For those of you, I highly recommend leave your high heels at home.
Yes, don't bring the stilettos. Don't, please. Not even at the party on Thursday night. Wear comfortable shoes, people.
Now, the other nice thing is, if you can see these airplanes right here, the airport is across the street. Now, it is not a direct shot because where you go out the airport's kind of on the other side, but a lot of your rooms will have a view of the airport. And a little fun thing you can kind of keep your eyes out for is Area 51 is a fully functioning area that has employees that get on a unmarked airplane every morning at McCarran Airport. They fly to Area 51, they go to work, and then they come back in the afternoon. There are no markings on the plane. You will not find the plane on any logbooks, but you can see that plane take off. So if you happen to be looking out your window and you can see a plane with no markings, that's the employees going to work at Area 51, just to add a little bonus fun for you.
Right. They want to know, is there a shuttle from the airport to Mandalay Bay?
I have no idea. I mean, I've lived here for 14 years, so I haven't stayed in a hotel forever, but I am sure. But of course, taxis, Ubers, Lyfts, the whole works.
I mean, it's very close, very close.
And as you can see, they have they have a wave pool. Their wave pool is gigantic. And as you can see, there's a lot of other pools too.
Yeah. They have a lazy river because someone was asking about the lazy
right there's a lazy river. Yep. Lots of pool actions, good restaurants in there. And then even more fun and shenanigans. This is the Luxor, the pyramid right here. So right where it says the shops at Mandalay Place right here, it's a connected walkway above the ground that has shops and bars and one of the greatest burger restaurants in all of Vegas called the Burger Bars in there. So you want to check that out. Then getting back to last year. So here's last year's. And last year started with my biggest endeavor ever for a thrift class. It was called the Thrift Class on Steroids. Yep. And we had a giant class. And here we are at the bins, working through the bins. So there was just tons of us. And this was the entire instructor staff. Now, usually when I teach classes, it's me and one other instructor. But this time we did a couple hours, like a classroom class. We sat down For me and four other of the instructors gave like 20, 25-minute presentations on different products that we were going to go find. Then I added 5 more instructors in the store. And that way, anywhere you worked, because then we moved into the thrift store for the next like 2-3 hours. Anywhere you went, there was one of us in our black shirts, and we could help you with things in every section, things you just learned about, things we didn't even cover that day. So we're going to be doing that again, but I'm here to announce right now that last year was on Monday before. This year will be on the Friday after. So eBay starts on Tuesday afternoon, goes Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday morning will be the thrift class on steroids. So stay tuned for all the details for that.
I know some of you have already been on your reservation, so hopefully you can make that change, or it doesn't affect anything on your schedule. So.
And then the Tuesday night, so eBay ends at 7 o'clock, and this happens every year. The Tuesday night, we then all head over to Frankie's Tiki Room, pack it full, and have a big old party at the Tiki Bar. Yep. Last year, we did overpack it to the point where about a third of us were partying in the parking lot. And the joys of Vegas, you can just take the cocktails outside in to-go cups. No big deal.
Remember, there is smoking. So those of you who are, don't like the smoke, it is smoking, and there is no food at Frankie's.
Well, I'll say they're smoking everywhere. It's still you can't smoke in restaurants, but casinos and any place where there's gambling without food, there is smoking. So yeah, here we are packing into Frankie's with a whole gang. If you're going to join us, and I'd love to see you at the Tiki Party, make sure to bring your best Hawaiian shirt. As you can tell, this is the corner of non-Hawaiian shirt wearing folks. It is not mandatory.
Nope, not at all.
But it is fun. And some more fun and shenanigans.
Yep.
Now, you remember the picture of us in our red shirts? Bam, we multiplied. So here we are in our yellow shirts this year. And then we'll have something new for you guys this year. And so this was their idea last year. It's pretty neat. This was this open area with this kind of seating on both sides. Wow. And I thought, boy, that'd be a great shot for us to do this picture because you can see everybody. It's already tiered for us.
Perfect.
We do our group photo at lunchtime on the first main day, which is Wednesday. So for those of you who are going to join and getting a thrifting board t-shirt and want to be part of the big group photo, just already plan on lunchtime. And so it's usually after lunch. So say lunch is 12 to 1. So about 12:30, 12:45, I'll start getting everyone together in a group someplace. So, of course, I'll never know what it looks like until we get there.
Exactly.
But, there'll be enough people around that we'll get it all together. So we'll definitely
Here's Mom's challenge. I got a challenge. We have to break the attendance record for the thrifting board this year. Bigger than ever. So let's see if we can do it. Come on, gang.
And then there are always members of the thrifting board as part of the event. I was part of the event in about 4 or 5 different ways last year. Teresa Cox was on the main stage with one of the eBay VPs, Bob Cuppins. And I just found out Teresa's heading off to Washington, D.C. for this year's fly-in for the eBay seller. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, nice.
And then, hey, here we are back at the Brooklyn Bowl for another party. This time they booked us the Bare Naked Ladies. Now, if you've never seen the Bare Naked Ladies, one of the pluses to that band is they are kind of quick on the wit. They'll add stuff. And they had wrote a whole song about eBay sellers just for us that night. That was just
so cool.
And 2 years before, you could play poker against a pro. You could sit at the Oxygen bar. You could get your caricature done. And this year, they made us hats. Yeehaw! So there is so much to do at the Brooklyn Bowl. You can't get to it all. It's a 4-hour party that you can't even get to everything that you can do.
I know.
I'll tell you, they ran out of hats. So if you get there early, and we always get there early, if they're giving away products where they're customizing it for you, jump quick. Jump quick.
Yeah. I highly recommend don't come in too late to the party. You might get there and get all the goodies. One quick question, Jason. They want to know what color our shirts are going to be this year. I don't think we got that far yet, have we?
No, I have ideas. So I need to get my team together and figure out the idea because I have a very adventuresome idea. I don't know how to make it work. So,
okay. All right.
And I know I got a lot of grief for yellow last year. There'll always be something different. So, and then last but not least, for those of you who are in my secret group, my Facebook group, The Secret Beach, which is actually opening in a week. I throw a party for the Secret Beach, and the last year we did basically a whole luau. We had a whole pig and all kinds of great sides, and I rented out a bar. And here is this was those of us who were left at the end still partying. So this was Friday, and I had my friends Franks and Deans play. They are a band that plays only Rat Pack era music, but they play it punk rock versions. They are amazing. Matter of fact, we just saw them last night. They were playing on the Strip. So Stacy, Kim, and I went down and saw them. And that's Nicole. She's the dancer in the band. She's a hula hooper and a dancer, and she can shake her ass. And here's the gang. Here's the band with me at the end of the event. And so it was awesome. So the other thing, if you're in the Secret Beach, you're finding out now for the first time, I had to flip both things because the band wasn't available on Friday. So the Secret Beach Bash will be the Monday before eBay opens. So we're going to start the week with a big ass party, and then we're going to end the week with the thrift class on steroids. All that information will be out very soon in the thrifting board, the Secret Beach, and every place else. So before we get to Mom's haul and scores, let's answer some questions, shall we?
We got any going here. Debbie said she was having a little trouble with her internet connection, Jace. Let's see. Like I said, we talked about comfortable shoes.
Good. Yeah. And they'll have this again. They haven't said they're going to be at the Brooklyn Bowl. I assume they're going to be. That could be wrong, but they did have buses to move you from the hotel. For those of you who aren't driving, some people are staying at other locations in Vegas. So if you're not staying close to the Brooklyn Bowl, which is right by the giant Ferris wheel, which is a lot of fun. I recommend riding that too. They will have buses for you. Steve wants to know, do they announce the band before the open, or we just find out when we get there? They will announce the band before open, but usually they don't have the contracts done by the time they opened the open registration.
I know some people asked if there was, do they need money for any extras? Yes. I mean, depending on what you're going to do. If you're going to go to Frankie's, the cocktails are going to cost you there. If you do any gambling, of course, go to any shows. But as far as eBay, pretty much, you don't need money for the eBay event itself. Pretty much almost everything's covered. All your food's covered and your parties and your drinks. So, you don't need extras there.
So real quick, Mom had gotten some questions from one of the members of the thrifting board. What would you tell someone who has never attended any kind of eBay event ever? And I would tell them, if you're shy, find me and you can stand behind me. And then when you're ready to peek your head out, peek your head out. If you're not shy, get out there and meet everyone.
Right.
But it's really nice, especially on Wednesday when we're all in our shirts. For sure on Wednesday, you'll know who's part of your tribe.
Exactly. And that's what's so nice about the t-shirts. Plus, eBay just thinks we're fantastic because we have such a huge amount of us attending, and they, you get noticed a lot by eBay, and they do come up and talk with you. So, that's another nice feature of having the shirt. But don't be shy. Jason and I will be, oh, Jesus, we're glad to talk to you. Sorry, it's one of those awful calls that you get, and I have it on mute, but it didn't work. Sorry. So, yeah, don't be afraid to come up to us, and I'm glad to talk to anybody. Yes, as is Jason. We're here for you guys.
And yes, there is a cost for the class. That's how I pay all the instructors. Anybody can join the class, but there will be a sellout point, and it sold out quick last year. So once I have it up and announced, make sure you jump quick. Are the rooms specially priced for the eBay attendees? Yep, it's a discounted rate. And what else?
Let's see here.
What can I expect to learn at the event? Everything.
Everything. I know.
They'll be teaching us all the new products and rules and changes coming up. And then you'll be learning from, like, I was on a panel last year of collectors. So those of you who aren't collectors, like I'm a nerd level collector, they got 4 collectors out there. And so the audience could understand, like, when you're selling, if you're not a collector, sometimes you don't understand the nerd level of collecting, where I have like 10 of the same tiki mug. There's just little nuance differences. And so I have to have all 10. And so it was a unique panel to have collectors up there talking about, we talked about selling too, but also about buying. And it helps you get you into the mind of your potential customers of what, they're, looking for when they're buying on eBay.
Right. I know one of the questions that I had gotten from someone, they do have a swag store. eBay has a swag store where you can buy additional products. I'm sorry to say it's not as good as I was hoping it would be, because most of it you have to order online. 2 years ago, you could buy the actual stuff right there. I don't know if they're going to bring stuff this year and change it up compared to what they did last year. But if you do want some eBay swag, it will be available.
And yes, I would start looking for your flights right now. Just keeping in mind, if you're in the Secret Beach Bash will be Monday, probably starting at noon.
Hmm.
And if you're going to attend the thrift class on steroids, that'll be Friday starting at 9, give or take.
Yep.
I'm working on the location for both, so I can kind of give you days and times. I cannot give you locations as of yet, but I'm diligently working on that.
Okay. All right.
And, Rags, there's never too big of a crowd around Mom and I. Plus, I am a big crowd all by myself. But I'm on the constant move. I'm everywhere at the event. I'm everywhere around the city. I'm all over the party at the Brooklyn Bowl. And those of you coming in early, last year I had a pre-party on Sunday night, which I might, it'll probably be Sunday night because we're having a party on Monday. At the Double Down for Ass Juice. So if you want to join the Ass Juice party, that's on Sunday night.
Yep, got to do that for sure. So yeah, it's a full week, everyone. So those of you who like to get a lot of sleep, well, then you're going to miss a lot. That's all I can say, because there's so much going on. And personally, if you can't keep up with the old lady, then you shouldn't come.
I think my mom just threw the gauntlet down. I think that's what just happened. I don't know there.
Because by that time, Mom will be 75. So come on, guys, we can do this. Really, you don't want to miss anything. It is just so much fun. I truly look forward to this one every year. Okay.
Kim had a great question. Will there be information from eBay relevant Canadian sellers, or is most of it for American sellers? Now, I don't know if they're going to have specific. I mean, they might have eBay Canada reps. I don't know, because I'm not from Canada, so it's not something I've ever looked for. But I would say the majority of the content will be for any eBay seller. And the times where it might not be is if, we're talking USPS and shipping and stuff. Well, of course, yours is going to be different. But I would say 80% would be relevant to any seller from anywhere. And we're having people flying in from Australia, and I'm talking attendees.
Right.
And we had people from Australia last year, and England, and I think Japan. So yeah, and it's you leave the event with this energy that you've never felt before, from the event itself, from the parties, mine, theirs, and from all the friends you just made. You put the faces to the avatars. It's a ton of fun.
Right, exactly. You just made me think of something, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, I see a lot of people, looking for roommates, and so post it on the thrifting board.
Well, here, we actually have a group. I don't know why I didn't think about this ahead of time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. eBay Open. So Stephanie Inge and I run a Facebook group called Going to eBay Open 2018. Yep.
So that'll be a good place to, post that.
And show it to you. I'm on the wrong screen, so bear with me one quick second.
Okay. While I'm doing that, I'll make my advertisement. Our Ohio eBay Meetup group meeting is coming up on Saturday, April 14th at 12 o'clock at Tiki Underground. And our speaker will be Lily Giuseppe, who's going to talk all about Disney. So we're really looking forward to that. And I noticed that some people in our chat, are also looking for roommates. So, we'll be talking kind of in our group, but now that we have the main group for eBay Open, don't be afraid to, post that if you're looking for a roomie or any other information.
Cool. Oh, hey, Kim's on the chat. She's 30,000 feet. Hey, Kim. Oh, wow. That's awesome. All right, join the eBay. We're not talking too much yet in there because it's still very early, but got any questions that we didn't answer today, hop over there. But let's get right into the rest of the show, because Mom's got to get to a party.
I know.
All right, every week, especially if you're new to joining our show, we do a little Mama's Boy segment where I show an embarrassing photo from my youth or teenage years. And this, obviously we all know what tomorrow is. So look at all my hair.
And look how long it was.
I know.
Wow.
And look at this badass Hawaiian shirt. It says Aloha on it. Isn't that cool?
Even back then, you see, it just been in my blood forever, honey.
Yeah. And then we added a new segment called That's My Momma. And Mom is sharing pictures with her from her younger years with her crazy hairdos back in the 50s and 60s.
That's the main reason I took this one out.
And then, so here's my mom and my grandmother with a very sad looking egg tree.
Yeah, isn't that awful? But at least it would look like the weather was decent. Did you get the next picture? Because that's what.
Yeah. Look at the schmata on her head. What is going on here?
Okay, this was my Easter veil thing hat, but the hair is not mine. That's not real. That's what they were called, falls, for those of you who can remember the falls, because I had short hair again at the time. So if you wanted long hair, you kind of pulled yours all back and put this on over your head and had a band of hair go across it, and it made it look like you had real hair. So that long hair there is not Mom's. I tell you.
Jersey J wants to know if there's going to be any live shows from eBay Open with Peggy and Jason, or maybe a Thrifty Business. We did it 2 years ago, but there was so much going on last year, it just didn't have time for it. And so as this starts to shake out, and I'll see what my involvements are, maybe we'll even do a truncated one someplace from maybe Frankie or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out if we can. If not, there's plenty of, fun events just to,
we did that. We did the eBay radio thing live, didn't we, Jay?
Yeah. So, I got to see what's going to shake out first. So I can officially answer that. Exactly. All right. Let's blast through your scores here.
All right.
Yeah, your scores.
Okay. All right. This, I picked this up at a flea market, actually, Jason, and that was it's an Alpine vintage ski snowsuit that I paid $5 for. And the actual sold price, Jason, was $85, because I know it doesn't show that anymore. So I will tell you what the exact price was. But I'll tell you, all these vintage nylon jogging suits and ski suits, they are selling really well. So I highly recommend that you keep a lookout for those, because I've had very good luck selling mine so far. I got a couple of those jogging suits up, so that good. Well, I think I just showed this at my last haul. That didn't take long. That disappeared on me quickly. Remember, I was talking about the lady with the body massager? She said she used it on her rear end. So I bought it for $40 and actually sold it for $50. Okay.
You bought it for $40?
$4. I'm sorry.
40. I'm like, what kind of crappy?
No, $4. Sorry.
Sounds good.
Spent $4 on that. Sold it for $50. Vintage canteens just sell well, guys. This happened to be one that we had in our collection, and so I just wanted to throw that in there just to be on the lookout, because I noticed that they do sell very well. So that's a bolo for you. Okay, I'm really excited about this. I didn't sell it for a whole lot of money. I only paid $2 for it, but this is going to be in a movie. This girl.
Tell me that.
I know. I didn't surprise you. I will post all the information on. It's going to be a little while, but she's wearing this in a diner. That's a perfect waitress diner outfit. So I was so excited. He wrote me a nice long note, and I've got all the information. So I will be posting that down the road when we get closer to the time.
Very cool.
That it's going to be in the movie. So I hope it makes it. So that's why I posted that one. Okay. Do not pass up horse ribbons. They sell really well, you guys. I threw my whole lot together. I paid $2 for the whole lot, and I sold it for the asking price of the $39.99. These weren't all that old. They were more current, but they still sell well. And make sure you put crafts and arts in your title, because people are using these for different art projects. So I think that's probably where mine went. But they were not old ones. I wish I had all my old ones. Oh my God. Mommy had hundreds and hundreds from all my horse shows. Didn't keep any. Isn't that a shame?
Real quick, I see Ginny had a question. Will you print the agenda for your events, meaning mine, I assume? Yeah, there'll be a graphic. When we get everything solidified, there'll be a graphic of every place to be, when to be there, what to wear, that kind of thing. And, again, nothing's mandatory, but, we have a lot of fun, and we bring the fun wherever we go. So
Right. The next one, I just showed that at our last show, Jason. I found the LuLaRoe dress that I paid $5 for it and sold it for full price. So that was nice. That flipped real quick. This is a vintage BB gun that Dad picked up, and we just spent $5 on it and took the offer of $17.49. No, 1701. Actually, 1701 it was, because he wanted to make everything come out even. So, but BB guns always sell well. Dad picks them up a lot, and we have sold a few over the years. So, just be careful with those. Do you remember what this was, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I worked for Varsity, this was a mini box. I probably should have kept it and given it to you. Because it's got the microphone, it's got a cassette player, and I sold I had a sale going, and the guy jumped on it and bought it for $132, which cost me nothing, because it was a sample that I used to have when I worked for the company. But anything like that will sell well, guys, if you run across any of those. Okay,
Okay,
then.
well, I was about to pull out my bullhorn and use it, but I see it's missing.
Oh no.
Kim said she was going to hide it. Kim, did you take my bullhorn?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's not where it's supposed to be.
Oh. Okay, and then yeah, I picked up this mini travel iron. This was a whole 50-cent item and sold it for the asking price of $13.99. And I've sold a few of these in the past as well, everybody. So you know, I don't pass them up, especially when they're new in the box. So you know, that was a good buy, a real good buy. Okay, and this was a rum reggae shirt, Jace, that Mom picked it up. There's the label, everybody. I have sold these well, Jason. How about you? Do you still?
Oh yeah, I always sell rum reggae.
Yeah. So that's a label that you want to go, you know, be on the lookout for. I think what sold it because it had that Sea Ray boat on it, and I think because it sold very quickly. You know, I said, "Uh-oh, I paid $2 for this shirt, you guys, and sold for the $29.99." So that was a good one. Now the last three items, Jason, before you show these, any that's okay. That's right. These are the last three items are part of the haul that I'm going to show you that of this estate sale that I went to. So we can go ahead and show those if you want. We'll go through those. And not many people will be familiar with this, but here in Cleveland, the WMMS was a radio station that was quite popular back in the day. And I came across this print, which was not in great shape in this little card, but somebody jumped on that right away, Jason. And I'm not going to say prices on this because I'm going to go through my entire haul first. But so I did sell that for $20, you know, right off the bat, because I was shocked that it went as fast as it did, but it did. And this also came from this estate sale. This is a vintage Emily roll harmonica musical toy. And you insert those things and they play songs. And they play Dixie and Yankee Doodle Dandy and After the Ball. And that, I mean, that sucker sold for the full asking price of $39.95. And that went overseas, Jason. That was international, and he went to London.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, so that was an overseas one. And then, you know, these always sell well. And darn that sale thing, Jason, I was so mad, honey, because it automatically put it on sale because that Mom had a sale going. And, of course, they jumped on it. I won't tell you how much I paid. We'll get into that. But, you know, I ended up selling the phone for the $34.99, which is still a decent price after I go through my haul and you guys see what, you know, what all I did pay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my haul next, gang. And I want everybody, I'm going to show you it all. And then I want you to try and guess what you think I paid for the entire lot, okay? So, all right, here we go. Besides the green phone, I found a white, oops, let me get myself on screen, a white Princess phone, guys. And you can always tell the Princess telephones because they are marked on the bottom, everybody. Let's see if you can, I don't know if you can read it or not, but the Princess is there. And they're heavy. I mean, the old phones are very heavy. So like I say, I'm not giving any prices because it was one group price on everything I'm going to show you. So there's that. Then this old tin that came in of cookies. It's got lilies on it. Where's the name? I know the name is on here. Mrs. Stevens out of Chicago. And this is an old tin. Okay, not in bad shape. Inside's still pretty good. So we have that. Jason, you'll like this musical box.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It's cool, honey. Of course, Mommy's keeping this one. But we got a little chalkware going on here. So
yeah, that's very unique.
Yeah, it's a nice one. So Mommy's keeping that. This ashtray, which I really like, is these vintage ashtrays. Got the flamingos on it, but it still has the Japan sticker on the back. Okay, so we got that.
That's cool.
And I've sold these pretty well, and they happen to have another one there of this, you know, the atomic shaped ashtray with the letter S on it this time. Do you want this, Jason?
Yeah.
Do you, honey? Okay, because it's got the S on it. All right. All right. You want me to put that aside for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's that. And oh, yeah, you want to see the back of these guys because I have sold a couple of these in the past. The Hyde Park USA 1970. I don't know if that. I assume that's the year, Jason, but they say just number 1970. Do you think it's the year?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a little looking.
Yeah, I'm not either. Well, look at this beauty.
Wow.
Ain't that something? You got one vintage hairdryer going on here, you guys. Deluxe hairdryer. I'm putting this up for $25, by the way. Oh, and the ashtrays I'm putting up for 15, and the other one for 20. 15 on the letter S and 20 on the Japan one. Okay. Then another music box, San Francisco. Okay.
Nice. I take it they work.
Yeah, everything works. You know, you just got to put it down, turn it. Everything works. And I want to tell you, you guys, everything we bought was filthy. We had a lot of cleaning up to do. I mean, a lot. Okay. How about these little suckers?
Or are they placemats or just posters?
Yeah. These are posters of the Vega. Remember, everybody, can you remember a Vega? Or are you too young? And on the back, it tells you what they are. So I've listed these for $25, Jason. A little bit of stain on the bottom, not bad, but cool, the picture's in pretty good condition. Okay, and then, this was included in one of my little items, Ralph Lauren old perfume bottle. So I put that up for $15. Okay, and then you're gonna like this, JT. You see it?
What's her face?
Big eyes.
Margaret.
Yeah. Okay. So we have this.
What the heck's her last name?
Watkins? No.
No.
Now these are Mark Lee.
Okay. So they're like.
Yeah. Okay. That and that and that. So there's 4 different pictures, and there's 3 sets of them. Okay. And I already have one set up for around $40. Okay. What I saw there. Okie dokie. Now, there's a couple of things. Here, go through these quickly. Got a bunch of hats. There's a mink hat. These are mostly pill boxes, everybody. And this one has a label called Laura in there. You can see that.
Oh, Laura.
Yeah. The mink ones don't go for as much as I was hoping they would go for, so I have that up for $25. There's another pill box in gold felt, and this one does have a label. Jason, you should know the name of this company. Can you see that, honey?
Junior B?
No, the smaller label next.
I can't read the other one.
Okay, the other one is the Halley Brothers Company, which was a huge department store here in Cleveland, Ohio, and one of the big ones, along with Higbee's and the May Company. They were all downtown Cleveland, and that's where we went to go shopping because there were no malls back in my day. And then we have this one in black feathers. It's considered a pill box, but it's an open ring. And that one is marked Union Made. There's a little tag inside that says Union Made. I put most of the hats up for around $25, everybody. This is gray mink on the pill box in the open ring. And then, of course, don't forget, we all wore bonnets to church and Easter and the whole bit. You guys, hats were big back in the day. This is a cute pillbox one in white. Okay,
cute.
With the netting that came down over your face. You thought you were so sexy when you wore that. Oh God, I can't tell you. And then this last one with the black netting, just a white. This one has got a label in there. This Valerie Modes, Valerie Modes. Also got the little plastic things that you put the hat in your hair so it doesn't fall off. And the black netting is actually removable. So those are those hats. And the hats all came in this. And Mom had to clean them up, but it came in this vintage quilted hat box carrier.
Ooh, very cool.
Isn't that cool, honey? It's really in really good condition. So the hats were inside. They were all just bundles. I just, kind of threw that in the pile as Mom was going through all of that. So there's all the hats. Okay. All right. Now, moving on. Now, these 2 things, I don't know. And I want opinions from the crowd because I know we talk about selling things that don't always work because these don't work well. I mean, they go around, but they just don't work that well. It was made in Japan. It's a vintage old, recorder. So I assume, do you think I should put this up? I mean, someone will want to tinker.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what I thought. So this is an old timer there. And look at this beauty, right, Jace? Cassette player in the red plastic.
What's the brand on that?
Well, nothing exciting. Let's see. What did I see here?
Gotta be on the top right there.
Yeah. It says UNICEF. UNICEF. But it's cool. It kind of works. I mean, The cassettes play, but they don't sound great. So probably the rollers are, you know, shot, is what I'm guessing. Okay. All right, let me put that down. Okay. Then these I'm keeping.
Oh, nice.
And for those of you who don't know, these are ship's port and starboard lights, the red and the green. So, I mean, they're not old ones, Jason, but you know how that goes, honey. We got to keep our stuff to use. And going along with that same thing was this. This is a small ship's wheel.
Very nice.
Isn't that a nice one? Okay. Now remember, this is all from the same estate sale, you guys. When I say estate sale, it was an estate sale run by the owners of the house. Those are the kind I love, because if you go to the other ones that are run by the companies, the prices definitely are not as good. Well, this brought back memories. I just bought it because it brought back memories. That's exactly how I dressed when I first started teaching jazz. Look at the leg warmers, Jace. This is an early one, too. I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't Judy Shepard missed it, but that's an early one. Okay. Then I found a few scores and purses.
Ooh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. This one is by, I think, you might know the name. This is a Soure, S-O-U-R-E bag out of New York. We cleaned it up as best we could. I mean, it still has some little bit of staining on the bottom, as you can, see right here.
Yep.
But I just hated to pass it up because, I just think, somebody might want that. We've already had a lot of looks on it. And I think I've got that one up for around $40 on that. And about this, Jace, magazine purse still in the bag.
Oh, nice.
I know. And for those of you who are not familiar with the magazine purses, this one is made out of a magazine from Paris. Got the little snap here. And it's in, excellent conditions, brand new. And I have this up for $225, Jay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because of being new in the package, that's where the price point is when they're not, being used. And then because of our darling Kim, Mommy found a winner.
No, I don't know if she's still on. Holy cow.
I don't know if Kim is there or not, but I hope she. If it hadn't been for Kim, I never would have picked this purse up. Never in a million years. Okay, it's an Enid purse, guys. The original box bag. Look at that. Isn't that nice? All in beautiful condition. This one is titled The Slowpoke 2 on the turtle. The jewels are in excellent condition. I mean, just beautiful. And I also have this up for $2.25 right now, honey. So that was a beauty. Okay. And I know. Okay. We got a vintage pair of roller skates. We've sold vintage roller skates before. Can you believe Mommy did this when she was little. What was the selling point for me on grabbing these, you guys? They had both, the keys that go with it. So that's a plus. I mean, you can sell the keys separately. If you ever see old roller skate keys, they sell those as well. But because of the having the keys, I grabbed those and snatched them in a minute. Okay. I got to get up off of my chair. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh. All right, Jake. Okay. You ready, Jace?
Oh, cool.
Let's see if I can get. I can't, show you. But it is one of the tables that goes with the peacock chairs.
Yeah.
I already have this down in the basement, sitting next to my peacock chair. I don't think it's going anywhere. But I think I forget who was it. Was it Kelly Johnson? Someone just sold 2 peacock chairs out of their store for $300.
Yeah.
And if I was going to sell the table, I probably could get $150 on the table, somewhere in that vicinity. And then my tip, before I get into how much I spent on all of this, I think I got it all. We loaded the car. I mean, we just ran out of arms. We ran out of space. We ran out of money because we didn't know we were going to luck out. I mean, this place was loaded. The old man was kind of a hoarder that had passed away. And so, Dad and I just kept finding stuff. We could have spent probably more time there, I'm sure. But when we loaded the car, we got home, we unpacked everything, and Dad started cleaning up. And we looked at some of our items. Someone either took off our whole pile, or we're not sure what, because Dad had found 2 Mercedes-Benz items. One was a lighter and one was a music box. And we'd already had done our research, and those would have sold for around $150 a piece. And so we're a little upset about that. And we even called them back because I had their phone number, and they didn't, you know, didn't have the, they said they couldn't find them. So, you know, so I was real bummed about that. But I think that's everything. I have a couple of things to show you, but that's that's the haul.
All right. So before you give the reveal, I got to do quick commercials, and I'll let you do the reveal.
Yep, sure.
So St. Louis, or anywhere in the general St. Louis vicinity, I'm coming with the Big Kahuna's Hidden Treasure Adventures, April 20th and 21st. It's a 2-day event. You can go to one or both. If you go to both, it is a discounted rate. We do the thrift store class in a thrift store, obviously, where we spend 3.5 hours going section to section, teaching you what to buy and, more importantly, what not to buy. I do an extensive section in the CD section to teach you about scanning with the Amazon app to really get comfortable with it. And this is a bonus for these 2 classes. I'm bringing Kim with me. So when Kim and I teach the classes together in the thrift store, we go back and forth. There is no downtime. So while I'm prepping CDs, she is already prepped and she is showing you dresses. And then when she hands you guys back to me in CDs, then she's prepping purses. And then I'll be, in the meantime, prepping jeans and or toys. And so, man, it's a 3.5 hours of constant movement and teaching and learning. Then we all go to lunch and hang out and talk about what we just found. And then the other day, the 21st, is a 4.5 hour classroom class where I teach you everything, A to Z, soup to nuts. We start with over 50 bolos, things you should be on the lookout for. Then once you find these good items, how to take quality pictures, how to write quality listings, and with live examples, how to take video, how to add video to your listing. We're going to go more into scanning CDs. And then the biggest part, the part I think people have the most pain with, is shipping. I bring every single priority box that you can have through the USPS. And I am shocked at how many sellers don't even know what half of them are. And so if you don't have these free boxes in your arsenal, you're not doing this well. And so that's what that class will teach you. And then Kim's going to give us a probably presentation on girly stuff. So she's going to do about a 15-20 minute in the middle of it presentation on dresses, purses, and shoes and stuff like that. So go to classwithjason.com if you've got someone in the St. Louis area. And we will be doing a tiki bar hangout. The unfortunate thing is the tiki bar is 2 hours to the west. So just like my mother, I'm driving 2 hours for a tiki bar.
We are sick, Jace.
Yep. And then for anyone, this week, I'm doing 3 free webinars this week. They're all different. Someone asked me that question the other day. It is the 36 mistakes you must avoid if you're thrifting and flipping on eBay. The whole webinar is free. It's 3 days. It'll be 8 p.m. April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If you can't watch live, no problem. As long as you get registered, you can watch after the fact. And so just go to jasonthrifts.com and get signed up for that. So that's all free. All right.
I forgot something as I looked around the room. Look what Mom got.
Oh, yay. Nice.
Not 1, but 2. I'm only showing you the 1, but I really like these. So this is part of the estate haul too, guys. They're in orange with the orange. I love this, Jason. Look at the vintage orange handles as well, honey. So 2 of those, guys, added in, okay?
Yep.
And this isn't part of the haul, but I'm going to show you something we picked up yesterday at our restore. Okay, I'm going to have to turn the camera, and I know I'm going into the light, but oh dear. Let me see if we can see these, Jace. Can you see those chairs? Oops.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, one says CNN, one says HBO. Oh, I can't quite get the other one. Let me see if I can get up here. Oh, I can't. The other, I have one that says Showtime. And I bought those for $5 a piece at the restore. And I've got them each up for $50 a piece.
All right. So.
Okay. So.
Drum roll, please, and then you got to get out there and get to a tiki bar.
I know. Oh, I got one more thing to show you.
Oh my gosh, there's never ending.
But you'll like this. You ready?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So found that for $1. All right. Nice. Da-da-da-da. So yeah, all in all, totally, I probably have well over $1,000 here if I sell it all. You know what I mean, honey? So we actually paid. Are you ready? $60.
Yeah, I saw a few in the
a few of those too.
$60 range.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's oodles and oodles here. And get this, JT, you'll be proud of me. Everything is listed.
I'm looking at your store right now. I'm like, oh yes, it is.
Mom's been working like crazy, and I just finished the chairs. Did you see the 3 chairs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it. Yeah. Heck yeah.
I have to give Dad a lot of credit on that one. He cleaned those suckers. They were pretty dirty, and he cleaned them up really, really well. So it was a good week for shopping for Mom and Dad, needless to say.
All right, I'm gonna let Mom get out of here. But if you got any questions about eBay Open, feel free to hit us up. Make sure to join the eBay Open group that we have. If you got any questions about my classes coming up in St. Louis, feel free to drop me a note on Facebook. It's real easy to find me. If you got any questions about the free webinars this week, again, hit me up. But all that information is in the thrifting board. If you've not joined, please head over to the thrifting board and join us. And as a quick little preview, in May, I'll be doing these classes in Phoenix. So Phoenix, I'm coming for you. And I might throw a side class in Tucson too, because there's a great tiki bar in Tucson. So hey, I'll be down in Tucson. So
Angela wants to know who goes to an estate sale with only $60. I had more money, but I kept making it sound like we needed money for lunch, and I was playing the sob story thing. So that's why
Mom knows how to work it. That's right.
I know how to work the crowd, especially when you're older. People have a tendency to be a little more easy with you.
All right, so
well, we covered a lot. I hope we helped you out.
And, we got to end with some unfortunate news. This will be, unfortunately, our last episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. Life just got too busy, and so something had to be cut. So it will be this show.
Boo.
Just kidding. April Fools.
You got me. I thought you were freaking serious.
I just thought of that. I'm like, oh, it's April Fool's tomorrow. I'll see if I can pull off an April Fool that quick.
I'm saying to myself, well, he didn't even tell me. I'm really hurt. Oh, he got me good.
I see the chat now too.
You little shit.
It just popped in my head. I'm like, oh, tomorrow's April Fool's. Can I pull off the quickest April Fool joke ever?
Oh, you did. You got Mom's gullible anyway, so you got me good.
Oh, people are gonna kick me. They believed it. Well, hey, I got you. That's how April Fool's works. Kim steals my megaphone. I punk you guys. That's how it works.
You got me.
We'll actually be back next Sunday, and we already got the topic. I haven't even told Mom yet. People want us to talk about Vero, so we'll talk about Vero next week. If you don't know what Vero is, if you list a product you're not allowed to list on eBay, you will get it pulled. It will give you a Vero violation. And that means the rights owner of that product has said, hey, eBay, Jason or Peggy cannot sell this product legally, and then they'll pull it. So we'll talk about Vero next week.
Super. So yes, what she said, Donna says she needs a damn it doll.
The one and only show I'm gonna thumbs down, LOL.
Did everybody hit thumbs up, by the way?
Yes.
And if there's anything in my haul you want, it is not listed on eBay. So just
wait. Before we say goodbye, they said shame on you for doing it to your mom. I was hoping Mom was going to realize it was April Fool's. I was just doing it to you guys, but Mom fell for a hook, line, and sinker.
I did. I thought, oh, this is how he's telling me. But I'm gullible. It
was great. It worked. I'm not even doing any more pranks this year. That was all I needed. That was perfect. I loved it. Now, if you have friends who watch the show who couldn't watch live today, don't ruin it.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Don't tell them Jason punks you at the end. Don't ruin it.
That's too good, because some of them could be watching tomorrow, which is April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So we're out of here. Thank you very much. Have a great Easter. Go punk some of your family and friends on April Fool's Day. And we'll be back next week to talk about Vero. And I got a great episode of Thrifty Business coming up this week, too. So that's the usual stuff. And that's it. So, Mom, get out of here. So for Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Thanks, everybody. Happy Easter and happy Passover. Love you guys.
And we're gone. Bye-bye.